Jazz Scene Buffalo on WBBC TV5, presented by Offbeat Productions, producers of Offbeat Cinema, featuring hot coffee and cool movies. Every Saturday night at midnight.
Welcome, and thank you for joining us at Jazz Scene Buffalo, the show that gives you a glimpse into America's own classical music. My name is Constance Caldwell, and it gives me great pleasure to present Western New York First Call jazz musicians, educators, and band leaders, and some jazz-related intrigue. On the scene today, we welcome ABtrio led by Adam Bronstein. Adam is celebrated for his clever songwriting and playful improvisation. He's so much fun and such a great guy. He is one of the busiest cats from gig to gig in our own town and while touring throughout the country. And for today, he's landing here on Jazz Scene Buffalo. So let's just get to it. You ready, Adam?
Let's do it.
Hi, thanks again for joining us on Jazz Scene Buffalo and enjoying Adam Bronstein and ABtrio. I just love this group. And we're lucky enough to sit down with Adam, who's been touring all over Western New York and beyond. And we're going to talk a little bit about Adam and his music and what he has going on. It's a lot, isn't it, Adam?
It is, yeah.
So tell me, first of all, how do you classify your jazz?
Well, I generally classify my music as guitar-based jazz, and also I think it says somewhere in my bio or my press kit, alternative jazz, which was recently added as an actual genre in the Grammys. So I feel validated, I feel seen, and so I'm going to embrace that for marketing reasons and call it alternative jazz, alt jazz. Of the guitar subgenre.
Okay, that is so cool. I mean, because I read your press kit too, and I saw all that, and I thought, I'm gonna let Adam describe it, because lots of times the artist wants to do that. But so tell me about this genre, and how did you arrive to it? How did you come to it? Do you feel like, who was your influence? Let's start with that.
Gotcha, yeah. Well, I mean, in terms of genre, a lot of times it's just a way to market yourself again. So my music is just, as is everyone's, just kind of comes from the heart, comes from your influences, and comes from what you want to say to your fellow musicians and to the world. And then a lot of times when you're selling yourself to venues or you're selling yourself to festivals, that's when the genre comes into play. So there's a difference between swing music, there's a difference between bebop music, there's a difference between, all the subcultures and genres of jazz, from a consumption standpoint. But we're all just playing. We're all just playing and trying to make changes. We're all just trying to connect, try to listen, and, play our truth.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for explaining that, because like you said, it's something that you have to hang your hat on, so you'll come up with, okay,
Absolutely.
we're this.
Right.
And then people are like, well, I don't know if they're really that.
You have to have an elevator pitch.
You got to have an elevator pitch, so thanks for sharing yours with me. And so you're from Buffalo, and did you grow up in Buffalo? Did you go to school? I mean, how did you pick up your instrument? Yeah,
so I grew up in Buffalo and really just started playing in the clubs as soon as I could. Around age 16, 17, I was playing at, I think the first club I played at was Broadway Joe's on Main Street.
Okay.
Playing whatever I could, playing rock and roll music or playing the local jam sessions and stuff like that. And have really just studied from my peers a lot, studied from people like George and people who I'm lucky enough to play with. And I grew up a visual artist. So I studied visual arts a lot as a young kid, and so I try to bring that a lot to my music. And so ideas like songwriting, obviously composition, and just taking ideas from inception to rolling them out and actually bringing them to the bandstand is something that I pride myself on, and it's something that I think I learned a lot through my studies as a fine artist as well.
I was going to say that must have been huge helpful and creative around the music.
Absolutely, which is something that a lot of people struggle with, is the actual output of creative work.
But your creative work has been described, now you can correct me, as fun and with a lot of humor and spirit. Is that something that when you were studying as a fine artist, was that also described? Did that describe your art?
Yeah, I think I think it's just something that maybe is described of me, maybe.
Yeah,
and I try to bring that to my music and to my art as well.
So let's give a sense of where you've been, what cities you've traveled in, who you might have played with that are memorable to you that you would like to boast about, and tell me a little bit about your band. So there's a lot there.
Yeah, absolutely. My main touring group is my trio, which is myself on guitar, and right now Isaiah Gethers on drums, and for a long time, for 5+ years I think, James Benders on upright and electric basses.
Oh, okay.
He's really a long-time collaborator. And being on the road is expensive and it's difficult, and so I do like when I'm in town, I play in quartets and sextets and get as many people involved, but that trio is kind of my main touring group for financial reasons, and really just, I don't know, I think it's a kind of, you got to be able to cut your teeth on your own material within the small group, you know? So I've been, like you said, traveling around with that trio, and just trying to play as many like clubs around the United States as possible. In Canada, playing a lot in the Midwest and in the Northeast here, and really just trying to build a circuit of clubs that I can go back to.
So what I'm visualizing is probably every biopic I've ever seen about a famous, musician on the rise. So do you like pile in a van and go city to city, or how does
Absolutely,
that
yeah.
work? What's the mapping out? Is that
Yeah,
what you do?
I
Is
do.
you a band leader?
Yeah. So I do all of that. I do the.
And you have a van?
I have a van. Yeah, I bought a van.
That's so great.
Yeah, and we hit the road and we go from city to city, and I find it really centering. So for years I was just playing in Buffalo a lot, every weekend, and there's no off season, and there's no you find a lot of people who are I really want to release an album, but I got this gig or this gig, and so it's nice to be able to organize things, and so that's where this touring kind of started, was to organize things into seasons. So in spring I started doing road shows, and it's just grown from there.
So when you're on the road, do you talk about the Buffalo jazz scene at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do people ask you questions when you run into colleagues?
Yeah, people are interested. I mean, the further west you get, the more they just think that you're from Manhattan. So if you say
Right,
New York, they're like, oh,
York,
from
right.
New York. So sometimes I correct them, sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
We in the van we get to talking a lot about the differences between different cities in Buffalo. The main thing is that I notice, difference being, in Buffalo there's just so much music to see. And so when I'm rolling into a town and we're playing somewhere, sometimes there's a lot of after hours music, jams going on, sometimes even more. It's it feels like, wow, this is a great place to be. But one thing, I feel like that's the thing that Buffalo kind of edges out over a lot of other similar sized markets, is that there's a lot going on. There's a lot of people who want to play, and there's a lot of gigs going on, so yeah.
Because oftentimes we really don't know how we're holding up to the rest of the secondary markets.
Yes, right.
Size town.
Yeah, absolutely, and we hold up well. I mean, we've got the lowest cost of living of I think anywhere in the country. They did a study recently, which really helps for artists and musicians. And so that mixed with, again, the size of our city, I think there's a certain perfect storm for there at least being a lot going on. You know?
And do you find yourself going to your other gigs in Buffalo? I mean, if George Caldwell say, let's play now.
Absolutely.
Or do you even have the time to because I see you have a very busy schedule. Sometimes you're playing 3 gigs a day.
We're all busy for sure. But yeah, it's something that I personally really like to do. So when I have an off night, we'll go and see music. Personally, I like to go see music at Black Dots, which is a record store on the west side, and also I really like going to Nietzsche's whenever there's live jazz at Nietzsche's. That's a club that, again, I've been playing for probably 20 years, and so it's always nice to just see music that you like there.
I love Nietzsche's.
Yeah.
In fact, my own personal experience of listening to music started at Nietzsche's.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Really? Yeah, nice.
I'm afraid before you were born, perhaps, but nonetheless, it wasn't. Was it called Nietzsche's? It might have been. It was when Joe Rubino, if you remember that name, was new there. It's just a marvelous venue, as
really
many are. You now also play with another band that your partner, Ellen Pironi, heads, I believe.
Yes.
And tell me if I'm getting it wrong.
No.
And so, and you're in her band, and she's been doing a lot of things at Nietzsche's in terms of lining up jazz acts and keeping it going in ways that there was never a lot of jazz music at Nietzsche's when I was growing up. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah. So I play in Ellen's group. It's a soul jazz group. So like Grover Washington stuff, the Crusaders.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Of course, we love Grover Washington in Buffalo.
Absolutely. So I play in that group with her, and we do a lot of traveling as well. So she's hitting up a lot of the same clubs across the country as I am. So she doesn't work at Nietzsche's anymore, but she was the talent buyer for Nietzsche's for a number of years, and she, for 3 years in a row, I think, put on a jazz festival at Nietzsche's that brought in a lot of really cool acts.
Yes.
And
including many of the acts that we feature here in Jazz Scene
Absolutely,
Buffalo.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And I feel like
Wonderful.
because there wasn't always a lot of jazz at Nietzsche's, and there was a time, I think, around them where it was welcomed back a little bit or embraced a little bit more, and Ellen was a big part of that.
Well, thank you for sharing that and sharing that with your own teeny story. And your concert is wonderful. And thank you once again for joining us. And now let's get back to Adam Bronstein and ABtrio.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. We are the ABtrio. We're happy to be here. My name is Adam Bronstein, and I'm joined on bass by James Benders, and on drums by the one and only Isaiah Gethers. And thank you, yes. That's right, thank you so much. And we're just gonna keep it rolling here with some more tunes. These are all original songs. So the first two songs we played are off my first and second record. This song is off the third record, and this song is called Preflection. We hope you enjoy.
Hello, I'm Jack No Savage on Jazz Scene Buffalo. Today I'm joined by Ari Silverstein, the founder of NYC Jazz Tour. Ari, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Jack.
Absolutely. So, you're really known as an impresario on the New York City scene today, but you're no stranger to Buffalo.
No, that's right. I went to college here at Buffalo State and met my greatest jazz influence, Professor Chuck Mancuso, and he introduced me to many people around Buffalo, and even if he was teaching about national artists, he always wanted to make that local connection and make sure that you went to local venues and checked out local artists. And when I was living here in Buffalo, there were so many incredible people. Many of them have gone on, but we still have a number of them still with us. One of them I'd love to mention is Dodo Green. Dodo
Certainly.
was actually the first person, vocalist, to record on Blue Note Records. She predated Sheila Jordan by a few months. And she would perform every, I believe it was Friday and Saturday night down at the Anchor Bar with the Jazz Example Band. And I fell in love with Dodo. She was so sassy. Here's this woman that kind of looked like your grandmother. And the Anchor Bar is where she performed, which was known for so-called inventing the chicken wing. Who knows if that's true or not. Let's talk about Al Tinney. Al Tinney, an unsung hero of jazz.
Certainly.
And he lived in Buffalo for many, many years, but he was really the one who started leading the sessions at Monroe's Uptown House, pre-Bud Powell. He is actually, kind of like the founder of bebop piano. And, I know that Max Roach is on record saying that. Tremendously nice person, and he'd work all around town, and you got to meet Al and listen to him play. That was a tremendous thing as well.
And his longtime vocalist and partner,
Peggy Farrell, who went on one of my jazz tours, and I got her up to sing at a club in the Village, and she said, I haven't sung in the Village since the 1960s, and there she was. We got her up. So if you're an aspiring vocalist or musician and you want to go on a jazz tour, there is a possibility that you might get to sit in one of the famous New York City jazz clubs. I'd love to mention Guy Boleri, wonderful pianist, vocalist, Noel Coward expert, who became a great friend to me. Who else can we mention? Dr. Lonnie Smith. People, there's that song Chasing the Bird. I used to chase the doc. I saw him all over the country, all over the world, and he was a great friend of mine, and of course a Buffalo native. I remember the old Trouf, Bobby Militello's Trouf on Main Street.
Yep.
That was a wonderful venue. Saw Lucky Peterson there, Bobby, of course, and many other people over the years there. Bobby Militello with Bobby Jones. Bobby Jones, one of the best pianists and organists around. Gosh, so many wonderful memories. Wally Jetterman, pianist, vibe player, organist, drummer. So many wonderful people that I've met. And I wanted to stay in Buffalo after I graduated, but unfortunately I couldn't really get a job as an urban planner in Buffalo at the time. And I wound up back in New York City, and I still come back once or twice a year, catch up with all my jazz friends and all my people that I met here in town. And Buffalo truly is the city of good neighbors. I grew up in a single parent household. You didn't really invite people into your home. And I came to Buffalo and people welcomed me with open arms. They invited me into their home for Sunday dinner. And I never had that experience of sitting around a table with 10 other people, sharing life, sharing food, sharing stories. It changed me as a person, and Buffalo will change you if you come here and you meet the locals, and it truly is a very special place, and it is the city of good neighbors.
All right, with everything you're doing, how can folks at home keep up with you?
Right, so the best thing to do is to follow my Instagram at NYC Jazz Tour, no S at the end. You can also check out my website, nycjazztour.com. I am on Facebook as well, so you can check it out there. Instagram is my most active platform. But please be in touch. I would love to hear from you. I post content from all over the New York City music scene and my travels to Buffalo and other places. And I'd love to hear from you. Keep up the great work. Keep jazz going here in Buffalo. Appreciate your time today,
All right.
Jack.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that was wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Adam Bronstein and the ABtrio. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining our players, historian Jack Nosavage, and the studio stars at Jazz Scene Buffalo. We hope we left you wanting more. Until next time, find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and please share the program with your friends or family to keep us going and growing. And we thank you in advance, and we wish you all the best from Jazz Scene Buffalo.
Jazz Scene Buffalo on WBBC TV5, presented by Offbeat Productions, producers of Offbeat Cinema, featuring hot coffee and cool movies. Every Saturday night at midnight.